Good evening, everyone. How are you? Let me just grab our live over here on my laptop so I can follow along with you guys and answer some questions. All right. Think I see it coming. This computer has a mind of its own. I think it's time for a new one. There we go. All right. So we're set to go. So we had a fun afternoon and we chalked some of our aprons. So this is the one. I think it's my new favorite. Don't bother me, I'm procrastinating. So if you follow along this week, I will wear, I don't usually wear an apron, but I will wear a different apron every week. Or every night. So tonight we are going to set that aside. Stand up for this one. We're working on a big board tonight. This is my lovely, lovely, lovely Verity board. Let me show it to you. So this is beautiful detailing. It's a Verity board. It was a time-limited surface. I'm really, really, really hoping that we're going to have more come back in stock. Probably we'll have some new surfaces we'll see this summer. So hopefully we'll have something, have some of these come back into stock, or maybe we'll actually carry them consistently. Beautiful, beautiful surface. Beautiful chalkboard. So anyway, on to the design. So this is a surface that I hang in my home, and I just keep rechalking it and changing it up for the season. Obviously, we need to update it here. So silver white winter that melts into spring. Snowflakes, it's time to get rid of those. So let me show you what we're going to do to this. Let me just get this set down again. It is a big board. I want to make sure that I keep it in your view too. So here is a transfer that we're going to trade it out. We'll remove that design. So to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. Isn't that a beautiful design? Especially right now with everything we're going through. I am going to sit down. So let's start, and we'll get rid of this design, and then we'll get ready to chalk that one. It's hard to hear me? Oh, okay, I think I have you further away. I'll speak louder, Shelley. Can you hear me better now? Give me a thumbs up. I'll use my big girl voice. Let me just make sure we're good here. I'm not seeing a result. I will yell and let me know if you can hear me. I'm actually thinking of investing, and they're not an expensive investment, in a little mic to put with my camera, and it will just pull my voice, I think, a little bit better. So, if you didn't get that part, we are going to remove this design. We're spritzing it with a little bit of water, and then we are going to place the other design on it there. Okay. I think I saw some thumbs up there, so I think you can hear me now. I'm not seeing them on this screen for some reason over here. Oh, well. So, let me just... I think I'm hiding right here. There it is. So I'm going to use, perfect. I see your comment there now. I'm going to use our board scraper. This is going to make short order of what we need to do here. But I could also, we have board erasers, and you can see that will remove my design as well too. I'm just going to use my scraper, and it will come up nice and quick. You can also use a washcloth or a rag or anything. All you're basically wanting to do is just wipe away the design. These board scrapers actually released in our last catalog in February, our spring summer catalog, and they were very quickly loved by all the designers and customers, and look at how easy that comes up. Perfect. Stand for this part, I think. I don't want to jiggle you guys around there. So I'll just lift up just these piles of the old paste. And this we're just using the regular chalk paste. I think that's good. I'll lift up the piles, and then I'm going to use my board eraser. Sometimes you might notice a little bit of a, we call it a ghosting, where you can see the pattern in behind very faintly. But the board eraser or a damp washcloth over the board will take good care of that. Wipe that right away. All right. So I'll bring out my board eraser. And you can see how quick and easy you're ready for a whole new design. This was what sold me on these products in Chalk Couture. Like, it just, I love the idea of investing in a nice surface and being able to re-chalk it all the time. So you're not always buying new home decor and replacing it frequently, and then you have to store it. So if you have even your Christmas decor in that, you buy a nice piece and you hang it on your wall, and then you have to store it till next Christmas. Where here, I had a beautiful Christmas design on this, and then right after New Year's, I removed that and put a nice winter design on, and now I'll put a nice summer one. But I can switch it out. If there's a few different designs in one season, I'll just keep switching it out and keep it fresh. All right, I think that's good. Just want to make sure that I don't leave any of a residue on it. Hi Lisa, how are you? Hi Jillian. It is fun. It truly, truly is. So we've got a big transfer that's going to go on to this now. I'm keeping my color choice really simple. It's just going to be white. I think there's lots of detail in our design, and I don't want to really compete. I can put lots of color in it, but for my decor, I think it's just going to be simple white. So if you're just tuning in, here's our transfer that's going to go on tonight. Brand new one. So we're going to have to fuzz this really, really well. This is a beautiful, smooth, wonderful chalkboard, but with that, my transfer is going to stick really, really well to it. So you'll see how fast you can create great decor. So I don't want to talk when I'm crinkling, because then you really won't hear me. You can create great decor, and this is going to look like a beautiful, or it will be, a beautiful high-end piece in just minutes, and you can just keep changing it out. So this is the tricky part. Maybe I'll start at the top. Because the transfer is so large, it's a little bit trickier just to make sure that you don't get it stuck back on itself. I have done that, and it's not fun, especially when there's just one of you to try and wrestle it apart. There. Set that down there. Is everybody familiar with Chalk Couture? Do you want me to go over the information on the transfers? that they're reusable. Actually, this is a great one to see it. Can you see there that this is all silk screening in the opening? It's not just like a stencil and an open design. It's a very, very fine silk screening. And obviously the back is adhesive. And when I'm done here, I'm just gonna wash it up with water, lay it out to dry, and within a few minutes, the sticky's gonna be back and it'll be ready to go again. We just store it on the backing paper that you saw me take off. And as long as I take good care of it, I'll get at least 8 to 12 uses out of it is the average. But I have several that I have had for a long, long time. And I use over and over and over again. Oop. Oh my gosh, I see a big fuzz there. Another one here. So I'm gonna make sure that I don't have any air bubbles underneath, but the other thing is you don't want any flecks of anything to be right at your openings, because obviously it's going to stop your paste from covering that area if there's something blocking it. And it will also lift your transfer. I had a few flecks on my towel when I put it down here. Okay. I'll fight with that after. As long as it's not right next to your opening, you're okay. You don't want it to lift the edge. So. Easier to do it this way than keep lifting it. I'll try and get a lot of fuzz on that. Okay, so my next challenge is to get it flipped over onto the board, like I said, without getting it stuck on itself. Gonna look beautiful. This is a nice large surface. This is actually 18 inches by 24 inches in the inside of the frame. So it's your openings. So I'll just make sure I've got it centered here. You can lift and reposition as much as you want. This should be pretty easy because it should fit the openings. Just make sure I've got it straight. I like that up there, I think. There we go. Now I'm just going to smooth it out, make sure I don't have any air bubbles, no little areas for the paste to slip in underneath. And you'll feel when you slide your hands over it, you'll feel if you have any flecks of grit or anything like that. Sometimes I'll get little flecks of the hardened paste from the edge of a jar or something, kind of in my workspace, so it happens. I think we're pretty good there. So this is going to be pretty quick because, like I said, we're just going to use one color. So we'll be one and done. And I'll see how it goes. I might lift and lay my transfer down as I go. There's another little fleck there. It's funny how they're so tiny I can barely see them, but you really feel them from the top of the surface. Hey Shannon, how are you doing? Hi Lisa. Everybody's joining on tonight. Okay, I think that looks good. I'll take that. This is going to be fun to lift after, I think. So you can see how you could add color very easily. This beautiful flower design down here, the nice border. I have another surface this size, not the same detail on it, that I will do the same transfer on, and I'm actually going to do color on that one. So you'll have to check back with us. All right, I think we're good. So you're ready to go? Let's do this. And let's pull out our great big squeegee. Actually, our big squeegee looks dirty. I think it got a little bit of something on it. Shouldn't affect anything, but probably got set off to the side on one of our last projects with it and forgotten. Okay, so that's good. We're good to go. How much does something like this sell for, this surface here? These large ones are $52.99, these 18 by 24 transfers. This Verity board was just a time limited one, but I do have other large surfaces that this transfer would fit on. I did put the link up above. There's a lot of different ones with different types of frame around them. Take a look at them and see what you like. There's some that are a thinner, more of a simple frame. There's some that are a little bit wider frame. The Aiden board is one of our top end boards. It would sit equal with this board for quality and beauty. It's a very distressed board, and they do have that in an 18 by 24 as well. So that's the Aiden, that's a beauty. Okay. I'm just stirring up my paste, making sure that I've got good to go there. And I do have a second one here. I might just add, I think I added a little too much water as I was chatting. I want it just a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to blend the two. So you want your paste to be nice and smooth, about the consistency of yogurt or sour cream. So that's good there. It kind of gives you a nice idea. I'm just going to smooth that on. This is going to take a little bit more down here. So we'll start with that. And again, this is our great big squeegee. So this is a beauty. Perfect for this type of thing when you're doing one color over a large surface. See, you have a comment there. Shelley, I'll just take a look at it in 1 second. I'll just get this spread. Now I do have a water bath over to the side that is perfect for a smaller transfer, but this one, as soon as we're done our live, I'm going to take it to my laundry tub, which is just in the next room, and give it a wash up. I'll just lay it out to dry, and it'll probably, just want to make sure if I were to use it again back to back, about 10 minutes it should be dry enough to use again. Smaller transfers, give them a little wipe off, they're usually a lot faster. This one has a lot of silk screening though. Okay, so you guys ready for the reveal? I think my fancy apron is making me awfully warm. Okay. So as you lift it, you want to get it from a straight side. You don't want to pull from the corner and risk stretching your transfer. What do you think of that? How long did that take me? No time at all. There we go. Stick that there. Let me close up my paste so it's out of the way, and I'll lift it up and show you. I don't usually sell my used ones when I'm done with them. I keep them because I do workshops, and I will offer the transfers for use in a workshop. I'm sure there is a market out there for it though. That is a good idea. All right, look at the mess. I'm always a little bit covered in paint, I think. All right, you ready? Oop. There you go. That's a nice piece. I love it. Nice and simple. This will hang in my hallway above my antique sewing machine. And I think it'll be a nice compliment there. And like I said, I chose to do it in white. I think it's kind of impactful, all in one solid color. But I could certainly go through and color in the flowers. You could actually, this would be a good one. We do, we have a watercolor technique that once this layer is dry, you can actually go in, if you take some of the chalk paste, water it down, thin it out a little bit, you can actually go in and like watercolor paint in the open areas, and that would actually be awfully pretty as well. Just to do the sprigs of the leaves, and you could watercolor in the believe and that type of thing. And it's a very, very nice technique, very, very subtle. I just love it. It's fun to do too. It's very relaxing. All right. Thank you, Shelley. Yes, you could. You could. It would be a phenomenal market, and I actually do pick up the old antique frames. I will make my way around to thrift stores and search online, and I will buy the antique frames and then make my own chalkboard. And I have one problem though, is I always seem to like them so much I keep them. So, bit of a problem, but yeah, that one would sell beautifully. But I like I said earlier, my selling point to getting into this product line was the ability to chalk and re-chalk a surface. And I love decor. I love changing my decor and keeping it fresh. And this just really spoke to me. Now, I should say, you can use the Chalkateur surfaces and re-chalk, but you can chalk on anything. You can chalk on glass, any solid surfaces like glass, ceramics, anything that isn't porous. You would be able to wipe your design away, as I did earlier, and re-chalk on it. Stuff like wood and porous surfaces would be considered a one-time use, but we all kind of know when you get tired of something, just paint over it again, and you can re-chalk on it again. So, but you can chalk on wood, glass, metal, walls. People chalk on appliances. You can really chalk on anything you can think of, furniture, name it, you can chalk on it. There's also an ink line. Well, actually, I did these earlier today, designed the aprons, and the ink line you use with the same transfers. You just use the ink, which is a little bit different consistency, and then you heat set it after with an iron or an easy press, and that makes it permanent. So this can go in the washer and the dryer, and this design is permanent. So then that opens you up to designing on t-shirts and tea towels and pillow covers and The ink can also be used on anything that can go in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. So you can do glassware, ceramics, dishes, anything like that. It makes that permanent as well. So it's a really, really great, great product line. I'm trying to read my comments here. I should put my glasses on. I don't know what I did with my glasses. Oh well. Yeah, it really is super. Well, that is my project for tonight. Thanks guys for joining me. I always appreciate people stopping by and spending the evening with me. I'll get this hung on my wall and I will take a picture and I'll post it here on Simply Creative Chalking. And I'll be back again tomorrow night. So stop in and I will wear a different apron. We did a bunch of aprons today. I'll wear a different apron every night so you can see our designs, see what we did this afternoon. All right. Well, thank you so much and good night.